Laoshan, China's highest coastal mountain, is one of the most atmospheric places in the country. Its biggest and oldest place of worship is the Taoist retreat called the Temple of Supreme Purity. It's a place that respects and maintains its traditions, though there's always a danger that they will get lost as time passes by. Zhao Dongsheng is a respected musician and director of an orchestra that specializes in Chinese traditional music. He has come here to collect and restore the Taoist music of Laoshan and give a performance of a new piece at the end of it. But he is starting with a blank piece of paper. Despite his expertise, he knows nothing of Taoist music.
给我提供的这些材料也好，资料也好，很少很少，就是剩下的我手里就没有任何资料。
So rather than work in the abstract, he's come to Laoshan to begin the process. He needs to absorb the atmosphere and the spirituality so that he can really understand what Taoist music was actually for before he can begin to recreate and restore it.
首先，真的要静下心来，把他的这种概念，把他的这种意境，把他的这种主题思想和他的审美取向，把它要吃透了。
There are no recordings of the origins of Laoshan's music, so he has to be a detective, finding clues wherever he can. Taoist music, he believes, starts with chanting. The chanting would not only make a ritual of the words and give them weight, it would also induce a meditative state in those chanting and the people who congregated to listen. In time, musical instruments have been added, presumably to enhance the effect. The tunes are traditional, passed down from one generation to the next. But Laoshan has not been insulated from the world outside. Its fame has brought Taoists from right across China over the last 2 millennia, and they would bring their own kinds of music with them. This is all part of Zhao's detective work. One story dates back to the very end of the Ming dynasty. In 1644, an army of peasant rebels reached Beijing and took the capital. The emperor hanged himself, and the courtiers fled. 2 of his concubines ended up at Laoshan, where they became Taoist nuns. As concubines, though, they brought their music with them. Perhaps it was nostalgia for their glory days. Perhaps simply some entertainment and a style familiar to them. Either way, their music from the emperor's court was heard on Laoshan, and it entered into the music of the Taoists here. Zhao can detect their influence in the music he has heard at the temple.
他那个一上来，当当来当哩当当当当哩来滴当当当当来滴当，像这种东西，那是标准的宫廷音乐，而且是标准的中国礼乐。
For Zhao, this is something like time travel. He sees how the music has been formed and developed, but more work is required. He needs to feel the meaning behind the notes and bring that into the piece he writes.
主题思想呢，他是追求这种虚无、清净、出世，他是追求这个样子的，是跟他的道教整体的这个教义是相符的。
Finally, he is ready to perform. He has composed a piece that brings together his discoveries as well as his own inspiration. It will, he hopes, be more accessible to the general public. At the final rehearsal, his orchestra wears traditional costume. Not just for effect, it helps the performers feel part of a long tradition. For Zhao, it's been a worthwhile journey.
我觉得做这个事情可能要比远远超过做一个晚会啊，或者做台平常这种音乐会啊。它就是心灵去体会这种东西给你带来的这种冲击也好，给你带来的这种深思也好，还有这种心灵的碰撞也好，它是以这种方式出现的。